Class of 2020, congratulations on your accomplishments. I am humbled at the opportunity to speak on behalf of the graduate and undergraduate students receiving their degrees today. I am sure, like me, most of you did not anticipate celebrating this momentous occasion amidst the larger issues facing our community. These are uncertain times filled with stress over a health pandemic, an economic recession, and rampant racial inequality and abuses of power in our country. With this uncertainty, many of us are wondering about our future and how we will navigate the circuitous paths we are now on. Most of us probably felt the degrees we are receiving today would reduce uncertainty. For years, we have planned and imagined a future for ourselves that may no longer be readily available. We are faced with an inflection point where we must use the skills we have fostered during our time at UCLA to build a new path of different opportunities to make a brighter and more productive future for ourselves and our community. We are better equipped to do this than each of us may feel in this moment. Reflecting on my own time as a Ph.D. student, I am reminded of how uncertain I felt along the way. I started this journey by quitting my job as a corporate lawyer, terrifyingly walking away from years of hard work to pursue a career of intellectual curiosity. My friends, family, and colleagues told me I was crazy but brave for stepping off of a sure path to start over. Having made it to this moment, the resulting culmination of 5 years or more of hard work and perseverance, I know the UCLA community has the tenacity and drive to do the same. We may not all be willingly stepping out of our comfort zone. Some of us are pushed by the circumstances of a broader economic and social crisis. But this brings opportunity to build a future full of more promise than we originally conceived. And we are not alone in this effort. Most of us have arrived at this moment with the support from loved ones, mentors, and peers. And we leave with an additional source of support, our fellow Bruins. Looking forward, it will be important for us to leverage the support and commit to helping others in return, especially those who are experiencing disadvantage and discrimination. We must keep our eyes open for the opportunities to better ourselves and those around us, and to actively seek out occasions to learn from those who have lived experiences different from our own. For the graduate students, many of you will be entering the world of academia as faculty or postdocs. This is your opportunity to engage with the next generation of passionate and talented students and to help foster environments in the lab and classroom that empower these students to use their voices for change. For the undergraduates, many of you will enter the workforce where you will encounter colleagues with diverse experiences. Leverage these new connections to build your support system and extend our Bruin community to a wider network of strong individuals unafraid to look an uncertain future in the face. Today, we commit to using our collective and individual talents as active participants to solve the societal problems we all face. Being a passive bystander is not an option. We are the next generation of thinkers, and we have the obligation to use our education and our privilege as university graduates to tackle these issues head on. We have to find creative and innovative solutions to climate change, to continue raising awareness to the suffering of our Black, Brown, and LGBTQ friends and colleagues, to combat systemic injustice perpetrated by those in power, and to champion the voice of science in a time of misinformation and fear-mongering. To take action, we must first be unafraid of failure. We must continue to push forward despite the uncertainty. We must set aside our frustration and disappointment that this moment, our moment of accomplishment, is overshadowed by a more important and glaringly critical time of change. Instead, we must come together as a community invigorated by the opportunity to dedicate this next phase of our path to transformation. As we leave UCLA, we must continue our commitment to the pursuit of knowledge and take concrete action. We have to continue to educate ourselves on racism and white privilege and engage in the uncomfortable conversations of how we may be perpetuating inequality through our own actions. We have to listen to calls from the scientific community to combat climate change by reducing our meat consumption and supporting companies dedicated to sustainability and renewable energy. We have to foster a prosperous future for ourselves and the generations to come by using our votes to support leaders who are committed to affordable health care, gun control, and alleviating the financial burden of higher education. We are powerful individually, but even more so as a community. I am proud to be graduating as a Bruin and to celebrate this educational achievement with my fellow students. UCLA, like all institutions, is not without its challenges, and we must do better as individuals and as part of the UCLA community. It is not enough to be outraged by the recent events highlighting discriminatory treatment of people of color in our community. Instead, we must commit ourselves to making UCLA a diverse and inclusive space for students to cultivate knowledge and passion. The fact that I'm able to use my voice in this celebratory moment to speak on behalf of the graduate and undergraduate students about these issues demonstrates a willingness and commitment at UCLA to continue to strive for progress. And that is what we, the class of 2020, are doing as we take these next steps. Together, we will build a brighter future. Congratulations on this graduation milestone. Revel in your accomplishments and build on this momentum.